Hello there, and welcome to Filmfaker's commentary from your friends at Superliminal Film. My name is Max,
J-Rod.
And I'm disturbed, and also Dan.
and if you're calling about the missing legs, just give my nephew Sydney a call and he'll bring them over.
So is he alive or?
I can't think about Vincent Price without thinking about the weird egg art from that episode of The Simpsons.
The Super Bowl episode.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's the B plot.
Yeah,
I didn't grow up watching The Simpsons.
Well, you missed the boat, because boy oh boy, they're making some questionable decisions.
yes, they are.
We're not here on this product to talk about that.
Now, you can talk about that on Did You See?
I did.
I know you did.
You should check that one out, superliminalfilms.com. But yeah, we are here to talk about a little bit of Vincent Price work, and I think this is the first Vincent Price we've had on Filmfaker's commentary.
Surprisingly,
anything
I think
we've
you're
done.
right.
Yeah, and this is the William Castle 1959 classic, House on Haunted Hill. So if you've seen this, it is not the one that came out in the early 2000s with Chris Kattan and like Femke Jensen and Jeffrey Rush. The chick from Heroes, who was also in Varsity Blues.
Ali Larder?
There you go.
Yep.
So it wasn't that
Cherry
one.
Hill's own Ali Larder?
It wasn't. It wasn't that one. Though I don't hate that movie, but I think I saw it at the right age. But this one is the William Castle classic. William Castle, if you're not familiar, was he was kind of a director of schlocky horror and kind of low rent sleaze. Not sleaze to the degree of sleaze that others were, but nothing really high art. And the thing that kind of separated William Castle from a lot of other directors at that time was he would have the theaters gimmick up the theater when one of his movies played. And the gimmick in this movie ties into the clip we were going to watch, because when the skeleton comes out of the water, the theater owners would have a swinging skeleton that would swing by on this, like from the ceiling.
Which is such an amazing gimmick.
Yeah, so when the woman in this particular clip we're going to watch is afraid, that's when the theater owners would have the skeleton swoop by and frighten the theater. Because a lot of people would say it's because the movies weren't all that great, and they may be right, but there's something endearing about like this and The Tingler and 13 Ghosts that even without the William Castle gimmicks, I think are pretty fantastic.
Yeah, they still need to they need to bring this kind of thing back. It's wonderful.
It really is. I mean, it'd be a hoot, but good lord, it would be difficult to do like The Tingler, where he hooked up like a hand buzzer style electrical shocks in the theater seats. You know, somebody would be suing that theater
anymore. Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
People would be suing the shit out of the theaters if that happened.
Would be.
Yeah, that's why if you have to know what you're going into, but they should definitely try to bring this kind of thing back. We'll have to buy a
It'd be so rad. Oh, for sure. I would love that kind of thing. 13 Ghosts, the gimmick was they gave you it was essentially the red and blue 3D thing, but you could, one side if you held it up would make the ghosts in 13 Ghosts disappear, and if you held it on the other side, the blue side or the red side, I forget which color, the ghosts were there. So if you were too afraid of at any point of 13 Ghosts, you could just hold up the one side and it would block the ghosts out. Which is
So
a
crazy.
pretty amazing gimmick. So William Castle, definitely kind of the theater gimmick director. And I mean, some of his movies, I think a lot of people bagged on him a little too hard. I think there's a lot of redeeming qualities in his filmmaking style, which is not horrendous by any stretch. But I think a lot of people, I think lately, much like movies like Halloween 3 have seen kind of a cult resurgence. I think William Castle saw that as well. I know John Waters is a huge champion of William Castle's work, and he's in like a bunch of documentaries they've done on William Castle and stuff. So if you get a chance to check out any of that, it is worth a watch. But we're going to watch one of the clips from House on Haunted Hill. Again, came out in 1959. So we are starting at this is on YouTube, so if you want to check it out, you can totally watch it on YouTube if you want to see the whole movie. It's not too hard to find, but we are going to watch from the 1 hour, 8 minute, and 30-second mark, which is very nearly the end of the movie because this movie was a whopping 1 hour and 14 minutes. So, well, nearly 1 hour and 15 minutes, but
75 minutes long.
yeah, very, very
exactly
short.
1 hour and 15 minutes.
Hey, film is expensive. That's all I'm saying.
It is.
So,
just wrap this plot up.
You wanted to tell us when to push play, Jared?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and click the link in 3, 2, go.
All right. She descends the stairs.
In her nightgown.
In her nighties. There's some risque stuff.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, she's clearly wearing like a one piece under it.
I can't ever see anybody come downstairs in night dress and not think of is it which Marx Brothers is it where they end up doing the mirror gag?
Oof. It's not duck soup.
I think it is duck soup actually.
Is it duck soup?
Yeah.
I don't think it's duck soup.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's Day at the Races.
That may be correct.
It's whenever I think of that, that's what I think of.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now
Those doors closing is actually kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's good sound work.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, these are finally like, these aren't going to light the world on fire, but like, look at the depth of field, and her close up is not bad.
Yeah, and like really good set dress, and the lighting is absolutely stellar. Like I love the way they had to light faces in black and white.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, like, look at the candles actually doing work there on the walls.
Mm-hmm.
The skull.
And, like, look, like when she's in profile, the shadow on her face that's like photographic.
Yeah, this isn't like Ed Wood stuff, and I think a lot of people kind of bag on Castle's work a little too hard. This was like well-directed, well-made movies, just the plots were a little cheesy.
Oh yeah, like this plot is questionable at best, but it's still great little watch.
And the anatomical skeleton with all of its wires still holding it together.
Yeah, obviously super fake.
Yeah, you don't see the fishing line, but you see the wire holding it together.
Oh, don't worry, you'll see the fishing line.
Yeah, it comes up a little later.
But it is like, this is a well-lit skeleton. Like, it looks pretty good. It's a creepy shot. You can clearly tell it's wet. Like, it's real eerie the way it's lit.
The way they marionetted it is really good because it looks like it's walking.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's just ambling towards her.
That push in on her is great too.
It is very classic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you couldn't watch them the way you did before, so you just kind of were like, I think that was good.
Oh god!
There's another zoom. That little snap zoom is so good.
And she moves so quickly, and now she's moving so slowly.
Yeah,
the skeleton trundles forward towards her.
I mean, that's what happens when you're, going in for your coverage, and you're just like, how was that? You can't watch it. It's film.
And just take your time with it.
Oh, I'm falling. Wait, no, I'm not falling. I'm moving away from the edge.
The skeleton is great. It's so funny.
I mean, to be honest, though, that skeleton move is better than Harryhausen.
Those might be fighting words, pal.
That skeleton is marionetted better than Harryhausen.
Jeez Louise, when's the last time you watched Jason and the Argonauts?
More recently than the last time I watched this entire film.
Wow. Yeah, I think those skeletons are like just nearly flawless. I love them.
You love them.
And then this is
Harryhausen
with his marionette contraption.
Yeah. It's pretty wild, the level that he went through for this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you still murdered them, Vincent Price. Like, it's not okay, buddy.
Vincent Price playing Vincent Price.
Like, it's not, just because you did it cleverly doesn't mean you don't go to jail for murder. You're not Casey Jones. Like, you can't just yell oops and then be like absolved of murder.
He does
That's
explain
not how things work.
Yeah, towards the end he does explain. He's like, he fell in and then she tripped and fell in as well. I'm willing to face that in court.
And the skeleton that I threw in there that has the anatomical model skeleton that I threw in there that hasn't decomposed yet has nothing to do with that.
Ignore the fact I have an acid pit in my house.
Yeah, ignore the third skeleton. That's what he's saying right now.
It's not
I'm going to throw the skeleton in after you.
It's somebody else's house.
Ignore the acid pit. It's just it's common. It's a common feature. You need to clean the floors with the acid. It's
This is where we wash our jeans.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my god.
That wouldn't happen for 30 years.
Time.
the Jordache Company, inspired by House on a Haunted Hill. Just dunk some damn jeans in it.
Damn.
Well, that'll bring us to an end of this episode of Filmfaker's Commentary. Again, if you want to check out more stuff, just, click over to the side there. There's some more stuff. And, keep the subscribe button clicked if you have it clicked. If you haven't, then just click on that boy and
Turn that little bell on.
Ring that bell.
Yeah.
Ring our
the
bell.
bell. Ring it, because you need to know when we put stuff up like this so that you can watch it with us again.
Yes.
That's all I got.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.